you to appreciate all this about. So, but we'll have her back at some point.
All right, let's see if we can get anybody back in here. Hey, we got Linus first. How about that? Hey, Linus. Let's see how it goes. Let's see if we get anybody else in here. Let's see. We got Linus and Emily. We're gonna give it a few more minutes, see if we can't build up the crowd a little bit better. Got Rivette. So I look at I've got a little internet counter thing, and it says required to stream 5.7 megabytes per second. Speed test is 49.8 megabytes per second. So I don't think in any way that it's the internet here. I got to figure out how I can get onto YouTube and figure out what in the hell's going on there. I know whenever Kathy started her stream, she was worried about what was going to happen, and so I know it's not just me worried about it. She's a little worried about it too. So, all right, give it a few more seconds. We're getting a good little crowd back. So that's frustrating. I got to get onto YouTube and figure out what the heck happened. I don't think YouTube will answer me, but either way. All right, we're gonna go ahead and just back it up 1 minute and then start back again on it.
You're setting yourself up for the next 40 years of life. And if you end up in and out of jail with conviction after conviction, with drug problem after drug problem, it's not a good way to go through life. This life is about money, and it's about this. Do you understand? And I want you to appreciate all this. And when I know that we do, then you and I can talk again. Above all else, do not consume alcohol. You have a lawyer. Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance. It is your responsibility to stay in touch with Mr. Trent, and he will tell you when you have to come back to court. If he tells me he can't get a hold of you because you're playing games, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. You pick up a new...
Hey, everybody, go to that top and where it says top chat, make sure it says live chat. Allie has to remind me every day, and I greatly appreciate that she does. I wish it would do it on its own, but it never does. So, but we'll figure it out. I know a lot of other streamers are having problems with it also, but it's kind of a pain in the, we'll say pain in the neck, Allie. So pain in the neck, how that's working. It looks like we almost got everybody back. We're gonna go ahead and hit play again, but make sure to put that live chat so you don't miss everybody and think somebody's hidden in the corner.
Case, violate conditions, don't stay in contact. We're not going to have a good experience here. If you do as you should, then hopefully we'll come out of this unscathed. Do you understand? Do you have any questions? Okay. All right, guys. I'll have him sign the affidavit. We'll have him go sign a receipt of Victoria. You'll get with Felicia for your bond conditions, and after that, you're free to go.
Judge, please, the court, I'll probably bring him back in about 30 days, just so you can check his progress.
Certainly can. Let's see how things are going. But him coming up here and just saying that I missed my license, I want to see some kind of proactivity.
Okay.
You know?
All right.
All right. Okay.
Thank you.
Good luck to you, sir.
You excused?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Trent.
All right, page 23. Tovar, come on up.
Morning, Mr. Tovar. Good morning. Sir, you're charged with driving on a suspended or revoked license. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
Okay. On November 11th, 2024, officers observed the defendant's motor vehicle traveling with tail lamps emitting a white light in violation of Texas Transportation Code 547.322, which require a red light. Traffic stop was initiated. Officers ran a Texas license plate through NCIC, revealing the insurance to be unconfirmed. Officers made contact with the driver and sole occupant of the vehicle, the defendant. The defendant displayed a Texas ID stating he did not have a Texas driver's license because he had to pay $300 to get another one. Officers ran the ID, finding the Texas driver's license to be ineligible and expired as of December 2020.
All right, Mr. Tovar, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm going to have you now sign with me today an affidavit. This is a promise you're going to make to me that you're not going to drive. I don't care what's going on in your life. I don't care if you need groceries. A kid has got to go to school. Do not drive. If you don't have a license and liability insurance, do not drive. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If I find that you drive, I can have a contempt hearing. You can be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you drive a car. It's an offense in and of itself, punishable by up to 6 months in jail. If you want to drive, go get a license, get liability insurance, and then we can talk. But until that point, if you drive, it's really just not going to go well for you. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
We are going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. I'm not going to put any conditions on your bond other than you not driving. I will have you come up here, swear to us you're not going to drive, get you to Victoria, sign a reset, and then you're free to go. Don't drive. Don't. You understand? Okay, come on. Good morning, Mr. Wilson. Sir, you're charged with driving on a suspended license. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, sir. Officers initiating the defendant's vehicle without a front license plate. The officers found that after running the defendant's license, it returned not eligible. Officers also observed that the defendant had 2 warrants for prior traffic infractions, and the defendant was also unable to show proof of insurance for the vehicle.
Find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I will have you now sign an affidavit with me today. This is a promise you're going to make to me that you're not going to drive. I don't care what's going on in your life. I don't care if there's a medical emergency, a burning building, and you have to save 50 kittens. Do not drive. If I find that you do, I can have a contempt hearing. You can be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you drive. Do you understand? Yes or no? We're going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. I will have you come up here, swear to us you're not going to drive. I'll have you sign a reset with Victoria. After that, we'll let you go. When you come back, please have a lawyer.
Was unable to make it in because he said he was out of town working,
Step all the way
so he was THA today.
Okay.
And it was not-
You're LeJared McCardle.
McCarter,
Sir, you're charged with tampering with a government record. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain.
THA. He did arrest
Oh,
it
it's-
already. He was just rolled for.
Oh, I see. Got it. My fault. Do you have a lawyer today? What are you doing about that?
court appointed lawyer. I don't know how to sign up to get one.
It's a matter of you Googling or perhaps getting a newspaper and start interviewing lawyers. That's what you need to do. Just because you say court-appointed lawyer, poof, it doesn't magically appear. Oh, there's a lawyer to represent you. This isn't, you need a lawyer to represent you and you need to go out there and hire one. You need to interview one. It's like buying a car. When you buy a car, your first car, you don't go to a Ferrari. You don't go to Lamborghini. Don't go to, well, I'm going to say BMW, but that's a, you go to a car that you can afford. It's the same thing with a lawyer. 99% of lawyers will put you on a payment plan if you ask. You need to find one that's right for you. Don't take them at first blush, negotiate the price. You know, like I said, 99% will go down and they'll put you on a payment plan. It's a matter of you going out there and finding them. Do you understand? Okay. You've already been reset at least 1 to 2 times, right? Have you even tried to look for a lawyer?
Out of town working.
Okay, this is now important. You're facing a year in jail. Do you understand? Okay, so we're going to give you time. I'll give you another 30 days. When you come back, please have a lawyer, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. D.
It always amazes me when people get themselves in trouble. They expect they expect all the services to get them out of trouble. You know, the lawyers is not a welfare office. You do the stupid stuff, you get your lawyer and you figure it out. I like Judge Stevens. Judge Stevens will give them one shot at a lawyer, and then he just gives up on them, and they got to figure it out on their own. Judge Fleischer will at least try to talk them into doing the right thing there.
Yes, sir, may I approach, Your Honor?
Yeah, hey, how are you?
Doing fine, Your Honor. Thank you, sir. Your Honor, I am here on Mr. James Houlihan. Mr. Houlihan was requested by the Honorable Court to go and take a drug test yesterday. It's my understanding from talking to pretrial services
Come up, Mr. Houlihan.
that the client tested positive for THC.
You've literally tested positive the entire time while you have been on bond.
Sir, I haven't smoked since August 25th.
You've tested positive
Is there a way
August 27th. You tested positive September 30th. You tested positive now November 18th.
that I can sample and I will go pay for it myself to show that it's been a steady decline? Because I have not smoked, Your Honor.
It should be out of your system. It's been
Heavy smoker.
it's been 3 months. 8, 9, 10, 11. It's been 3 months. When did he test positive? Yesterday?
Yes, sir, Your Honor. I spoke to pretrial services. They reported to me that he did test positive. Client has.
He's done a total of 3 tests, right, Felicia?
Yes, I have one from his first hearing date and then a positive from the 7th of October where he was remanded in custody. And then none since October until yesterday.
I don't know what to tell you, Mr. Houlihan. I guess you just don't take us seriously. I've asked you repeatedly not to. You've tested consistently positive for marijuana. I've told you since day one, do not use, and you continue to test positive. What am I supposed to do?
Judge, if I may, could I get those dates that Mr. Houlihan tested positive again from the pretrial services?
So we have one on 8/27,
8/27/24,
September 30th,
9/30/24,
10/7,
10/7/24.
and now 11/18. I have no choice, Mr. Houlihan. It goes with you. Sorry.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Dick.
I've spoken with my client. It appears that he is requesting a hearing, formal hearing on the revocation of his bond.
Sure, okay. We can set it 3 days. Have a hearing, 3 days. I don't know if you want me to subpoena the people there.
I believe I'm gonna have to subpoena some documentation. I've already spoken to pretrial. I need to get the copies of the results of the lab test.
Whatever you want.
Okay.
Now, whatever you want.
Okay, how much time? I think like 2 weeks minimum.
Sure. So whatever you'd like. I mean, it's up to you.
Hey, Judge, with all due respect, would you be amenable to releasing him until such time that it has been determined that from a former hearing that is bond?
I've given him time after time, pass after pass, you know? I mean, if we're now 4 times, he's literally continued to smoke weed the whole time while he's on bond.
He has informed me that he is a habitual marijuana user, and I've been doing this a long time.
3 months.
Yes, sir, Your Honor, and with all due respect, during my training as a lawyer, I've come to realize that the amount of use that a person consumes marijuana depends upon how long that particular drug will stay in your body.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
He said he's a
3 months?
habitual. 3 months, 90 days, 90 days, is 14 to 90 days.
That's
of
why we
someone-
normally give people, 40, 45 days to clear their system out. We've given him double.
But he could be, with all due respect, Your Honor, he could be one of those persons that fits in the 90-day range. He could fit in-
Show me literature that says it can stay in your system 90 days. Show
I
me
don't
something
have
that
it
says
now,
that, but
my experience over the years has suggested to me, and my learning and experience for practicing 37 years, I've known to have read documentation to show that for heavy users, marijuana can stay in the system from anywhere from 14 to 90 days. And because it stays in the body that long is because the body can only get rid of so much of marijuana at one time. And therefore, the other marijuana that remains in the system goes into the fat cells of the body. So that's why it can take up to 90 days sometimes for it to dissipate in the body altogether, especially from.
let's do this. Let's do this. Try to get the results, see where the numbers are as far as, how many nanograms that are in his body. I don't know, but let's take a look to see, have they gone up? Have they gone down? But I'm sure that we can pull everything there and take a look. I can't imagine that if he stopped when he said he was going to stop, it'd be out of his system. In my opinion, I think he's just continued to smoke and he hasn't stopped, and I just doesn't take it seriously.
With all due respect again, Judge, my experience again as practicing the law, the Code of Criminal Procedure 1740, I believe. Code of Criminal Procedure 1740, Section A, Section B. I believe it states that it is upon a hearing that a person's bond can be revoked. If that person respects the law basis saying that in order to revoke a person's bond, that person has the right to request a hearing before that can be.
Just had a hearing. We've had multiple hearings with Mr. Houlihan. I've let him go on multiple times when he's tested positive. But at some point, I have to say when. You can't just continue to test positive and have a good result, Mr. D. And I appreciate your tenacity, but we're already 4 times.
Yes, sir.
If he tests positive in a week, now we're at 5 times. Are we still going to make the same argument? When do we say when? When does it become his actions?
And I respect the request to do what I requested
Yeah,
earlier.
get all the labs for sure. And you know what? We don't have to take 2 weeks. Take a couple days. Try to get it as fast as we can. Felicia's really good about getting records. It doesn't have to be 2 weeks. We can set it off for just a couple days.
Yes, sir, you are.
Like I said, I'm not out for blood, but I want him to understand that we mean business. We're not,
Yes, sir. Thank you, Your Honor.
Hey. Yet again, come up, Mr. Cormier. You got a warrant, dude.
Ali doesn't like the way that last lawyer was enunciating his words. Ali, if you ever go to Texas, you'll hear a lot of folks talk like that. It's nothing bad. He's a good lawyer, does his job. But yeah, Ali, you're gonna have to learn how people in Texas speak. Take yourself back up to Portland.
They issued 2 warrants. No?
They haven't been signed yet. I emailed the coordinator this morning. She's gonna talk to the DAs about it.
Okay.
They were supposed to take it before, I think she did the grand jury last month. And they're waiting, she was waiting to talk to the DAs.
He's saying that they went up yesterday and talked to.
But it was Phil, I believe, Judge, I wasn't one person. My assumption that.
Are these new cases? I mean, they're from August. I'm sorry, October 10th.
But in my thought, when speaking with Phil yesterday, was that everything was good. He was good to go.
Phil.
Stevenson with
Okay.
Brian's office.
Okay, yeah.
And so I know they were kind of there dealing with the.
Let's do this. Just take a seat from the jury box now. Do you want to reach out to Phil and find out what's going on? And then, hey, so how's our boy Westbrook?
He went straight to treatment, like I
Great.
said. Well, his mother's been emailing me. I haven't checked the details, but she also
We
gave
have
me access to
tomorrow.
his therapist.
They filed a BVR on him because he tested
They
positive.
filed it. Okay.
Do you know 100% he's in?
I will double check, but his mom sent me all the information.
Great. Can you get proof? Because if he's proof and he's in, I'll waive the appearance.
Okay.
But I'm just not gonna take his word, so we need some kind of, but if so, then great,
Will do.
we're happy, and that's great if he did. I was hoping that he would,
Yes.
So he's on probation upstairs.
DVR upstairs? Or,
Mr. Odom,
oh, I'm sorry. Yes.
he just entered into the probation.
Yes, sir. He just entered yesterday.
Got it. Let me see who that is. Good morning, Mr. Odom.
Morning.
With us, you're charged with several cases. You're charged with violation of a protective order. You're charged with harassment. I think that's it. You entered in a very, very serious probation yesterday, a deferred, which is a type of probation that if you complete successfully, you don't end up with a conviction. But I want you to understand that you give up nearly every right known to man by entering into this probation. And if you do it, wonderful, great things will happen for you. But if you break it, you don't do your conditions, you test positive, you're in a very tough court. And I'm telling you now, you could be doing many, many years in prison if you violate the probation. She's great, but she's no nonsense like us. Take things seriously. And if you're going to play games, we only got one place for you. And you could end up in prison for up to 10 years. You understand?
Yes, sir.
What are we doing here?
We're doing a 300 credit for 120.
Which one, the BPO or?
On the BPO, dismissing the harassment.
Okay. So one more thing that you also have to understand is that you're charged the violation of a protective order now, Mr. Odom. If you continue with the same course of conduct in a certain amount of time, they can file that as a continuous VPO, and there you're looking at yet another third-degree felony. So whatever you were doing to get you into this here, stop.
Yes, sir.
You have children with this person, right? Okay. If you want to get access to your kids, and you should, because every child should have access to their every father should have access to their child. Do it the right way. Go through the family courts. Don't take matters into your own hands, because things are really going to go sideways quick. You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, you can never take this off. This violation of a protective order will go on your record. It will be there forever. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
This is what you want to do.
Yes, sir.
So it is 300 days in jail with credit for 131 days credit. I'm going to roll your court costs so you won't owe anything as part.
Hey, thanks, Drunken Smurf. I was trying to figure out what the hell was going on with chat. Thank you so much. Got a whole pile of them going through there. Thank you so much. That's awesome. Thank you. Hey, everybody, tell Tokyo Gaijin he became a member. So, thank you, Drunken Smurf. That's a pile of them. Got JoJo in there, C4K. Got a whole pile of people in there. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I'm gonna scroll through. I'm trying to make the screen bigger without messing something up. Linus let me know the screen was small on y'all's end, so I'm trying to get that fixed now.
of the agreement, the harassment will be dismissed. Just like I said, be careful. There's so many other fish in the sea. Get it? No means no. Doesn't mean maybe. Doesn't mean this. No. No means no. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Come on, man. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Just abandon. It's fine. Yeah. Q. Hey, bud.
So just put that there. All right. Your Honor, I give you Mr. Farias. We are pleading to a probation on a DWI with a dismissal of an assault family violence.
You realize what's going on. You also need to realize that the DWI will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. It's even there after you die.
Understandable.
You ever get pulled over, officers, the first thing they do when they're pulling you over, they look up your record. If they see a prior DWI, they come up to your car.
Thank you, Rivette. Thank you, Rivette. I saw that. Lena's had me working on a side project. I got a little distracted. So thank you, Rivette. Thank you, Drunken Smurf. And I'm sure Lena's did something good too. So thanks, Lena's, for whatever you did. And I guess. Here we go.
They smell alcohol, dope. What do you think they're going to do?
Take me to jail.
Right. From now on, you're looking at a minimum of 30 days in jail. So no more proverbial slaps on the wrist. It's a lot of time to do. All you got to do from now on, you want to get lit, one button on a phone. You can have a car waiting to take you anywhere you want to go in this world.
Yes, sir.
$20. Do you understand?
Understand. I will testify the last time I did an Uber, it was 50, but yes.
Still cheaper than the alternative,
Much so.
right?
I was just offended at how much an Uber cost to take me
Still.
2 miles.
It's so much better regardless, even $50, you
I
know?
paid it.
Or walking.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Farias, you're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, it will go on your record. You can never change this or undo this. You give up the right to appeal. You understand?
Understand.
How do you plead to the offense of driving while intoxicated?
Guilty.
I will find you guilty. And so you're saying we're doing, is it 180 days?
It's 180 days probated for 1 year, Judge.
Okay.
Relatively standard conditions. I believe they added BIP, which was part of the dismissal of the assault and violence case.
This is the 18-week BIP, correct?
Yeah, the regular BIP.
Regular BIP. All right. So
I'm of the firm opinion that there's BIP and then there's other things that shouldn't be called BIP. So this is BIP. I believe there's a guardian interlock order, and speaking to my client, he does not have a valid driver's license, so we'll need to do a non-driving affidavit.
and
portable.
we will now make that a condition that you get your license as well.
Understand.
Did you get your high school diploma? That's another condition that we will do.
Did you get a GD?
In lieu of community service, we will do a GED or equivalent program. You must, at a minimum, get your GED. In this life, you can't go without a high school diploma. You're going to make pennies to when everybody else makes a dollar.
Understand.
So you have a lot of stuff here to do. I want you to understand this is not going to be easy. And I'm going to keep you on until you finish all this stuff. I'm not going to let you go. And if I have to put you in jail repeatedly to get you to understand, that's what I'm going to do, Mr. Farias. You will not leave this probation at a minimum until you get your GED. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If I have to, I can hold you for 3 years. And I have held people on for that long to pay restitution, and I will do it in a heartbeat.
He's saying that he can extend your probation to 3 years, not put you in jail for 3 years. I want to make you understand that.
The Batters Intervention Program. The Batters Intervention Prevention Program, it's an 18-week class that you have to do once a week for 18 weeks. You cannot miss a class because the classes are designed for you to complete it in a certain way, and you have to go once a week for 18 weeks. I understand that you may work, but when you sign up for the class, you're allowed to sign up for what days you want. Make sure it's a day that you're off, perhaps a weekend, but don't set yourself up to fail for setting on a day that you know you got to work or you have other obligations. Don't call in, oh man, I can't work, I can't make it. They're going to kick you out.
Yes,
They
sir.
kick you out, I will issue a warrant for your arrest.
Yes, sir.
You must do a DW education class. Did they put a victim impact panel?
No, sir.
Okay, so I would prefer him to get the GED, right, and his driver's license. So for you to complete this program, all you have to do is just a couple things. Your driver's education class, your DWI education class, sorry, the BIP class, get your driver's license and get your GED. As long as you can do all those things, we're happy. Do you understand?
Understand.
If you violate this, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. I'm going to put you in jail. I'm going to bring you back out to question why you mucked up. I'm going to put you right back in for who knows how long, and then I'm going to let you out, and we will continue on. And we're going to do this until you get your GED. You understand?
Understand.
Okay. All right, guys. Good luck.
Do not leave. And you just got a,
What's the last thing?
Cesar Hernandez. Got a bond violation on it.
Yeah, the BIP class, it's a batter's intervention prevention course thing. That's what Judge Boyd sends a lot of folks to. Judge Rosie Gonzalez also does a lot of that too. I'm somewhat curious about how long that course is. I know it's 18 classes. I don't know if they do it every day of the week, but I know if you miss one day of that class, you're kicked out of it. So they're serious about you doing it and doing it right. So you better commit to it or just take the sentence. You know, it's some people can't take an 18-week class. Some people would do better just sitting in jail for a year. So I understand what kind of person you are when you decide to act out and see if you're going to get messed up like that. But I almost got that updated video, that's going to be a little shorter or a little bigger on the screen than this one. So we'll see in a minute.
Come up, Mr. Hernandez. Oh, that's right. So the initial bond violation report was filed November 15th of 2024. And the reason was because he was selected to go take a drug and alcohol test on November 11th. He failed to report to do the tests. So he came here yesterday. We had him take a test and he tested positive for alcohol. I ordered you to do one thing. What did I order you not to do? What did I order you not to do?
Not to drink, Your Honor. Not to do drugs. Yes, Your Honor.
There's no excuse. Goes with you.
Could we have a bond on this bond?
Sure. I was going to set the bond at 5,001.
All right, good. Thank you, Your Honor. Well, get it, people don't learn.
So if he does, or when he does bond out, we can talk about further modifications, putting some kind of monitor on him so we know that he's not using.
Well, when he gets out, I'll have him come in to update.
Yeah, he has to come back. Right.
All right, sure. Thank you.
Thanks, Ron. Yeah.
I'm sorry, man.
No, it's, 5,001. Cheers. Hey, bud.
All right, I found a bigger. Hell, it looks the same size to me.
Come in to update.
Yeah, he has to come back. Right.
All right, sure. Thank you.
I don't know. Maybe the screen's just small today. I don't.
I'm sorry, man.
No, it's, 5,001. Cheers. Hey,
See you.
how are you, man?
Johnson on the docket this morning, and so I'm starting to trial in about maybe 20 or 30 minutes.
Yeah, I saw your other half over here. What are y'all doing?
It bothers me that he gets to wear the hat and I don't get to wear it.
And the bottle, right?
But no, it's a DWI trial in court. Yeah.
Okay.
And so,
We have Tammy Johnson?
yes.
What are we doing with Miss Johnson?
Well, it's an old case. I got appointed Friday. And we
Okay.
waited till today. She's not in custody, but she's here. And
She tested positive.
this was a case that had been outstanding for a while. You gave her a second chance and set a PR bond. But she is here.
Right, we asked her not to use.
And I've got good contact with her, and but she's here. And
Come up, ma'am.
to discover in the case, and and had a chance to do a kind of cursory review. I think the state has done some vetting of it as well, but we're
Is
just,
she PTI eligible? Do you know?
well, probably would be, but I haven't had a chance to get that far. It's just been a
Okay,
handful of
so,
days.
but understand I'm keeping it on a very short leash because it's 500 days old.
No, Judge, and
So-
as diligent as possible. So-
Please. I'm giving you a chance. You're out in the free world. Most people at this, they wouldn't do it. I would just keep them locked up, you know? He's convinced me to let you out. Make the best of it, you know? Don't use. The only thing I'm asking you to do, don't use alcohol, don't use illegal drugs. And I'm going to test you like crazy. I'm telling you that now. I just took in 2 seconds ago, someone into jail because they're drinking alcohol. No means no. No from any source. I don't care what it is. Now, your case, like I said, it's very old. It's time to get on it. So I'm going to give you guys one setting. You need to find out what you want to do. At the next setting, you got to come back. I'm going to give you 30 days, but you got to come back and you have to let me know what you want to do. You must either accept a plea bargain from the state. If you want to apply for the diversion program, you must have the packet done by the next 30 days. What that entails, but that is a program that if you're granted entry into and you complete it successfully, the DWI gets dismissed. But you have to apply and then you have to take an evaluation. You got 30 days. Don't use. Do you have a Texas driver license? You're not allowed to drive. The worst possible thing you can do with this short life is get into a car and drive, Ms. Johnson. You already have this affidavit not to drive, so understand that, all right? Okay, guys. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
So she needs to leave. She cannot leave because I need her to sign pretrial bond conditions because I don't think that we've done that. So just get the date. We'll give her the reset. Unfortunately.
So Allie, how about this? How about this
She had
guy's?
to take off to.
Hold on, let me
to help
pause
out,
it.
So, but we'll.
Allie, how about this guy's voice? You didn't like that other one's. How's this guy's work for you? It sounds to me like he's pure country. And so I don't know. I didn't, the other one voice I didn't mind. It seemed normal to me, but maybe it's a little too Louisiana for Texas. I don't know.
Her back at some point. We'll do the conditions then. Okay. Good luck with your trial. Hey, come up, Mr. Cormier.
Coordinator to come out. So when she comes out.
I think we got some clarity on it. I don't know if the.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right.
And so I already talked to them. Judge will allow us to do a walkthrough once it's indicted.
So you got to understand that they're planning on indicting your case tomorrow. What that means is that they're going to take it to a grand jury, and assuming a grand jury finds that there's probable cause, 2 warrants will issue tomorrow. Don't run. It's the worst possible thing you can do because then you're a flight risk. And when people are flight risks, the only thing that happens are their bonds go sky high. So don't. Stay close, stay in contact with your lawyer, and then they'll be able to work something out with the felony court. As far as our case is concerned here,
January 7th.
so we're setting your case for trial. So be ready, okay? Because we're not going to wait for the felony court. Your case is old here. Do you understand? Okay, guys, good luck.
Thanks, Judge.
One at a time, please, counsel.
Can you
Just,
sit outside the-
yeah, that's fine. Good morning, Mr. Zigri.
Good morning, sir.
Your lawyers asked for me to set you a bond. You were wanted out of state for another charge. I don't know you. I've never met you before, and I have to get to know you in a very short amount of time. I know that you're going to tell me it's little bunnies jumping in the woods, but really, I don't know you. My only concern are 2. Number 1, and most importantly, public safety. Number 2, if we give you a bond, are you going to go to the jurisdiction that you're wanted from? So Amy, tell us about Mr. Zigri.
Yes, Judge. He's wanted from Ottawa County, Ohio for grand theft. The amount for the grand theft has to be greater than 7,500, less than 150,000.
Wow, that's a big.
Yes. As the court knows, he is currently on deferred for that as state jail theft. On that state jail theft, he did have a prior bond.
I know, I saw it.
Prior bond forfeiture.
Yep.
Day and I are requesting no bond on this case.
Continue to get PR bonds. It's like catch and release. Is that what we're doing?
No, sir.
He has also.
I'm going to jump in on this guy here. He was entertaining. When you've got so many different cases and so many different lawyers, you're getting confused and tying the judge up. You got to start to realize that you you got to start to realize that you got to get your life together, and this ain't it.
Other criminal history from Pennsylvania and Ohio for bad checks and thefts. I believe he was previously arrested as a fugitive from justice in August of 2022. He's had bad check and thefts in 2013, 2014, 2022, and 2023.
Okay, so how many thefts are we talking here in total? I mean, that's at least 6.
I'd have to count, to be honest, Judge Fletcher.
Does it stop?
It stopped when I was extradited here and put on probation in Harris County. And I've made all my restitution payments, in which I'm current. And I've been doing so since July of 2022, sir. And I have a full-time job. I make now $2,000 a week.
Is this a new case from Ohio or is this an older case? What do you see?
This one was issued from October 18th of 2023.
Okay, so it is older. Well, but this, so you said what day?
October 18th.
Okay, so he gets on deferred in July, and then this case is in October. So 1 month later, he picks up a new case.
No, sir. The actual case was from January. I was extradited. I posted bond there, and I was extradited to Harris County, directly out of Ottawa to here. And that's what I've been on probation here for. This is not a new case, sir, at all.
I will say it was the warrant that was issued, so.
Yes,
not the case, but,
and from what he had said, I'm sorry, go ahead.
no, you can finish. Right.
Sorry, from what he has said, he's not been able to leave Harris County to go to Iowa due to his probation conditions to take care of this case. So that's pretty much why he's here now.
So I missed it. I zoned out. Say it again.
Sorry, Judge.
No, it's my fault.
From what I'm being told, Mr. Zikri was not able to go to Ohio because of probation conditions to take care of the warrant. So that's why he's in this condition today.
I gotta imagine that if he asks his probation officer, hey man, I gotta go take care of this warrant, and they go ask the judge, then perhaps that they would give him. But, my main concern, Ms. Oko, is that, if I send him a bond, whose money is he going to be paying it from?
This judge, he does have a full-time job.
We've got a ton of theft cases. So who else's money is it?
Judge Fletcher, I also forgot to mention, he does have open warrants as well that are also.
Somewhere else.
Also in Ohio, yes, I forgot to mention that.
It's all on the same case. There's 2 warrants. There's 3 cases pending, a misdemeanor and 2 theft cases. Yes, sir.
Sorry, dude.
Okay.
It's time to pay the piper, man.
I have not been running, so that you know, I've been reporting to probation. If you look at my Harris County, I've been reporting to probation, making $1,000 monthly payment on that and working full time. So I have not been running.
And I think our main concern is we always want people made whole, because
That's what I've been trying to do, Your Honor. Honestly, like if you look at my probation record.
Really, it's okay. It's neither here nor there. I don't know, Ms. Oko. I really have a concern that he doesn't have any money. Where is it going to come from? Someone else's bank account other than his,
Understood, Judge.
Tell me something, Ms. Oko.
From what he stated, he does have a full-time job. He takes care of his sister who is disabled at this time. So he's making restitution payments. So from what I'm hearing, it's as if the time has given him opportunity to do things right. Right. At the end of the day, he's not good at stealing because he keeps on getting caught. So I do think that he's doing things right now, which is why he's not getting caught, because he's not doing anything wrong from what I'm hearing.
Here's the deal. You are an inherent flight risk because you've got all those open cases in another state. So when we set you a bond, if we set you a bond, you're going to have to pony up probably 100% of it. There's no 10%, there's no 20% on these types of cases. You're going to have to pony up all that money. And we're talking probably somewhere in the neighborhood of around $6,000 to $7,000, $7,500. See, I don't know if you have that kind of money.
My company that I work for, my boss, can help me out, and my wife is here. She can help me out, and I have savings that I've worked for, that I've saved.
See, like I said, Your Honor, I do, once again, he's not a good
I
thief.
just,
Getting
I just
caught.
asked, please talk to my probation officer.
I'm not gonna talk to your probation.
Okay, she knows where I work. I work for, I'm
Who do you
not,
work for?
So
Which
I
company
guess,
do you work for?
I mean, I'll go, I guess, talk to the family, see if they're willing to pony up $7,500. You know, what I
Yes.
would say is, that money should be used to get a lawyer in that other jurisdiction. Because all you're doing is you're basically getting out. We give you 2 weeks to go turn yourself in, whereas we could probably have them here within the next 2 weeks.
So Drunken Smurf has the perfect comment here, savings from all the stuff you fenced. It irritated the hell out of me whenever I was watching this to see him talking about he can take money from his savings to pay some of these people off. Why in the world, someone that's acting like life is hard on them, why in the world would you just be stealing from people while you're just stacking up money in the bank? I can surely understand somebody who steals from a grocery store. It's not okay, but I can understand someone who's stealing food for their kids. That's a necessary evil. It's not okay. It's not all right, but you've got to be, you've got to take care of your kids. This guy here, he deserves to wear orange. And so, but Jerval made a good comment there, but he's not good at stealing because he keeps getting caught. Well, there's another part of it. They keep letting him out. So as long as they keep letting him out, he's going to keep stealing because it's working out for him so far. So I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't let Allie make the laws.
And get you and take you back there for free, and using that money to hire yourself a lawyer there, right? You're going to deplete your savings.
just have not come. Twice I've been pulled over, twice they declined to come get me, Your Honor. And I just been sitting here, that's why.
Is that
I was
right?
just in Brazoria County, ma'am.
He was just in Brazoria County because he had a conviction over there.
Yeah, I just handled that, paid $2,900 and settled that case out. Those are all my.
So has he been given a bond before?
In Harris County, Judge?
No, but I mean, he's saying that he was arrested on this very same thing in Brazoria County.
Yes.
And now we're here again.
They let me go. They didn't come and get me.
So it was your responsibility at that time to go up to Ohio to take these things.
They didn't come get, yes, they didn't just, they,
You're not understanding.
I didn't have a chance to speak to my probation officer. I just
Has
spoke.
nothing, well,
I need a jurisdiction from the judge, Your Honor. That's what I just got to go up, to go travel, to go and handle that case. Because I'm done running. I'm not running, but just constantly, every time I get pulled over, they arrest me. I sit 14 days, 20 days.
So Judge.
and then you know what? And that's a great point. If I set you a bond now, you still have the bond condition from upstairs that you're not supposed to leave. So
from where?
From upstairs.
I know. She gave me the opportunity to go up there after I got out of Brazoria.
There's now so many inconsistencies now. When did you get the opportunity to go up to Ohio?
A week ago. I just got it because I just got out of Brazoria. They just released me out of Brazoria not even a week ago. I was in court on November the 2nd on a Friday. If you look at my court date, I was in court on November the 2nd in Brazoria.
Judge Fletcher, Dave says he's going to be up in 5 minutes.
Okay, let's do this. I'm going to put him back for now. Ms. Oko, let me wait for Day to get here, and then let me help them get them out so they don't have to just sit here and wait. Give me 5 minutes. We'll be right back.
Absolutely, Judge. Thank you.
Thanks, Ms. Oko. Come on. Okay. How's Mr. Gonzalez?
He's okay. He's here.
So this is the first defense lawyer I've ever been I've taken personal when somebody offended. I put up a short with her and a guy on YouTube, and he got some of the meanest comments simply because she looked like she was confused. And what it was, the judge was wrong, and she was trying to be respectful of the judge, but the people's mean comments it offended me, and I'm not used to getting offended by stuff. But this lady has always shown herself to be so nice to people, and I didn't take it too well whenever people wanted to be mean about her. And she was rightfully confused because the judge was saying that something was written down, and and she was, she was trying to. You could see her trying to compute everything and put everything together to best defend her customer there, and so. But either way, this lady's a nice lady. She's always done right, but from what I've seen, and she deserves some respect from people.
Did we send him for a test already or no? Do you have the result? Come up, Mr. Gonzalez. What do you test positive for? What else? Anything else? Why are you using marijuana?
I haven't in the last 30 days. I'm not sure why it's still in my system.
Okay, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. I'll give him another week. We'll test again in another week.
Okay.
I want to make sure that it's nice and clean. If you're telling me that you're not going to be positive, I'm going to give you another week. But if you test positive, it's not going to go well. Do you understand? Don't use. That's all I'm asking you to do. And don't drive unless you have a license and liability insurance. Do you understand?
Sir.
Okay, let's come back in a week. I'm going to test him again just to make sure.
And can we get a note for school? He's in high
Yes,
school.
absolutely.
Okay.
Sure, of course. Let me enlighten you on one thing, Mr. Mr. Zegri, that the more open cases you have, the more of a flight risk you become, at least in my book, because when there's more blood out there at stake, you're just more of a higher risk, Day, please.
Your Honor, on August 22nd, 2022, he was arrested for 2 charges, passing bad checks and theft by deception. He ultimately entered into a plea deal on August 25th, 2022, where he was supposed to serve 5 years of probation. However, he was also simultaneously found to be a fugitive from justice from Solon Police Department in Ohio on August 23rd, 2022. He was released on his own recognizance, but also simultaneously deferred out of Port Clinton.
The understanding that he would go for the new charge?
I don't know, because it was shortly after that he was placed on deferred in our jurisdiction on July 11, 2023. Oh, no, it was a little bit before. Sorry, it was the other way around. He resolved the theft by check, the state jail felony here, then went there to resolve that. But because he already had an outstanding fugitive case, and the fact that he's on at least 3 concurrent deferred, and the fact that he has 2 active warrants, one of which is a probation violation, which hasn't been filed, but if it files, that it would be a pre-signed waiver, which he would have no ability to make bail or bond. And so because of those 3 reasons is that.
So how do you know there's a pre-signed waiver? Or are you speculating?
It's not guaranteed, but the fact that it's a probation violation, I mean, I can call and ask Judge if that's the.
No, it doesn't. It's just too much. You're on multiple probations. You're on a probation here. You've now got 2 other cases in 2 other jurisdictions. It's just too much. At some point, we got to say when. We can't. I mean, you got to understand it.
I've just been trying to make it right, Your Honor. I've been paying everywhere. And the same thing with Ohio, the probation. You're more than welcome because I'm making payments there.
You don't have to say anything.
Yes, sir.
The only thing is just don't pick up any more cases, man.
I've been clean.
You don't have a check.
I've been squeaky clean. No checking accounts, nothing. My wife does the banking. I have absolutely done nothing for 2 years trying to stay clean and make it right.
Perhaps, she's the one that should start taking over the finances.
She has.
I know if you want something, you want to get it, just don't.
No.
Yeah. All right. I'm sorry, Ms. Oko.
Yes, Judge. And
Okay.
he'll be keeping his waiver at the time. He won't be revoking it.
14 days from.
Has he already waived? He's already waived? Okay,
Yes,
so
it's
we'll
on
just,
there from Friday.
we'll keep your waiver for now. And then if they don't come get you within the 14 days, we will release you. But do you have any indication as to whether they want him?
They didn't come from me in Brazoria, not even a month ago.
We can reach out, especially since there's two different counties. I mean, we send out the notices the day we confirm. So today, the fact that he's keeping the waiver, we should know by this afternoon, at latest tomorrow morning. So, I mean, because also simultaneously, if you were to bond out and they,
You got
know.
you got to understand though, is that even if they don't come get you and we release you, those warrants will forever remain active until you go take care of them. So every single time you step out there, you're going to come here, do another 2 weeks, every single time.
I just wanted to pay Harris County because they promised me, the judge told me that when I'm done paying,
You need to go to Ohio as soon as possible to take care of those things. At
Is
the
there
very
a
minimum,
filing here?
you'll post bond so those warrants lift. All right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Good luck to you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, so this guy here is a super nice and clean guy, great guy, wonderful guy. I think he's had a few days to try to formulate a story, and he's going to try to get over on the judge. And I bet if we see him in another couple of weeks, he'd have a whole nother story for us. We're going to call it quits and get ready for tonight's show, guys. Thank you so much for coming out and watching. Is there anything to steal in jail? Yes, there is. Yep, there is. I come to Court Addict tonight, and I'll tell you a funny story about stealing in jail. I've got a good story for that. And Allie's got some good stories she's saving up too, and none of them are about Brecken. Not one of them. But you guys have a great day. Thank you so much. And it's amazing how some of the same folks in here that are making the comments in court that are getting deleted come over here and make the cleanest comments. We do appreciate you keeping the comments clean, but you can have a little bit more opinions here than you could on the other one. So thank you guys so much, and we'll see y'all tonight at 8 over at American Courts 2 with Court Addict with ATX Alley, and she'll actually show up for that one.